Hello guys, it's me Fishman and welcome to another live stream of Genshin Impact. What are we going to do this live stream? We are going to do a story, the main story from this update, and if we have time we're going to do this Verdict of Blades, which is an event of fighting. As you can see, all the days have been unlocked. And we are going to also do some roles. It's not this. It's this. So the new banners are on. It's Zhongli and Tartaglia. Child, the good boy. I like him. He's a good character. So I have 3 wishes of the standard banner. Let's make the rolls. Real rolls. Not hoping for too much. And we have a new character here on this banner. That's why I'm going to make 10 rolls, maybe. I don't know if I get a character twice. Which one would I like to have? I don't fucking know. No. Increase the maximum number of stone steels created by the lapis that may exist. Okay, 2 stones. That's not that great. What about child? Decrease cooldown fall legacy raging tide by 20%. Which one is this one? Tell us. Oh, okay. That might be more useful.
Wanna come over for tea?
Okay, before going, let's make the test run so we can get some more Primo Gems. Zhongli is a shield character. He, as you can see, creates this stone pillar and also gives a shield. His ult is pretty cool and has a very unique thing. Yeah, he summons a meteor, and as you can see, the meteor petrifies all the enemies.
Come a little closer. Try. Nowhere to hide.
Gather. Freeze. Frostbite.
Cut to the chase.
And it deals a big amount of damage. Yeah, it deals a lot of damage. Okay. So it's a shielding character with some crowd control and high burst damage. On the other side we have the child, Tartaglia, which is a more focused damage character, but there are many of those. So if I didn't add any, probably I would go for Zhongli. It's more useful. There are a lot of damage characters, and this one is a character that needs to be on the battlefield to deal his damage. Fischl and Beidou, for example, as you may see, don't need to be on the field. Neither does Xinkyu, but he does need to be on the field. But he deals a lot of damage.
Shouldn't let your guard down.
Shadow Raven, let night fall. Eyes on me. Witness the power of Guwa. Rain outlines your fate. I summon.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Well, my child deals more damage than this dude. Not my child, not my son, my Tartaglia, okay? Oh, damn. And then we have the new character, which is the one I would like to get. It's this guy, Fremine. Fremine's elemental skill will generate a pierce timer, which will indicate the current pressure level and will infuse his normal attacks with cryo. When unleashing elemental skill once, while pierce timer is active, Femine will perform different sorts of attacks based on the pressure level of the pierce timer. Femine elemental burst can reset the cooldown of his elemental skill while his elemental burst is active. The cooldown of his elemental skill will be decreased. Additional elemental orbs. Okay. So we need to press it, right?
Hey! Dodge this! Frost is coming!
Rain outlines your... I'll protect us.
Final warning! Getting gear! Frost is coming! Dead reckoning! Getting gear! Hair!
Rain cutter. No, my sword. Come on, we can do it.
Now's our chance! Getting gear! Hair! Going under! Getting gear! Frost is coming! Getting gear! Hair! Frost is coming! Getting gear!
He says a very low cooldown.
Getting gear! Frost is coming!
Oh, the cooldown is only low.
Dead reckoning!
The cooldown is only low when his ulti is on. Okay. I didn't understood very well that pressure thing. Maybe I'm not playing him right. Okay, Fremine, claim, and now we have Mujina Ninja. I like her. She's on my main team right now, trying to level her up, but she's very useful to exploration because of his ability. She's pretty good against various types of different enemies that can make elemental reactions with the wind, or on a team, as you can see. Ouch! And she's a healer, which is also... Oops. She's pretty fun, especially in the right team. She's pretty good to explore. Okay, that concludes our banner exploration character blah blah blah. Let's collect these rewards too. And now let's make a roll. I've decided I'm going to roll for child. 10 rolls. Yes, that's what I wanted. No need for more. I have Fremine. That's all I wanted was this guy. The new character. Pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to change my team to put my main one, so I can put Fremine in there. Should I use the characters on the banner? I could. I can put child in here.
Keep your eyes wide open.
I can put Zhongli in here. and Fremine.
Well,
So we have the banner team.
I've got nowhere to go.
What up, Kyo? OTKN? That's good? No. Maybe I didn't say it right. Kyotkn. Yeah, I was lucky. I already have Zhongli and Tartaglia, so that's why I didn't want to get them again. My main objective is to have all the characters, just like the Pokemon. I'm gonna get them all. Oh, damn. Didn't change the team. Downs, deploy. Alright, I don't even know which build is good on Fremine.
Hey, isn't that Charlotte? We're always running into her. What's she doing this time?
What up, Charlotte?
I
Kyo.
see. So you
Okay,
believe that this warning letter was
that's a
sent by the
nice.
Phantom Weasel?
Thanks for dropping by, Kyo. Okay, let's put this on
Absolutely.
auto.
I've said it before and I'll say it again.
We have
The
a little
Phantom
sneak
Weasel
peek
never acts as you expect.
of
He
the
must have
butt
faked
cheeks.
his own death 10 years ago using a body double. Now that he's back, I'm sure the guards who worked on his case
That's
back
a
in
new
the day are
hairstyle.
in for a headache. But however this turns out in the end, the one thing it won't be.
No, maybe
Sport.
just a color. I don't think I've seen any NPC with this hair.
I'm gonna get a lot of mileage out of this
At least
one.
this color and
Thank you,
hairstyle.
sir, for your time. Now, whom should I interview next?
Me?
Huh? Hey, what a coincidence! Fancy meeting you here.
So you
Perfect
play
timing.
Genshin,
So,
I assume.
The Phantom Weasel's latest warning letter. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. When this ulti is on, you can spam his ability very quickly. But I didn't understand well the pressure thing. I need to use him. Phantom Weasel. What the hell is that?
Yeah,
What the hell is
This
even
is the
that?
first time we're hearing of this one. Could you clue us in? Huh? Oh, sorry. Yes, this case is from a decade ago. I guess you wouldn't know about it.
Yep.
Well, not to worry.
How
You're
long
in
are
good
we in
hands
this in
because I'm a
Teviat?
professional. The story goes like this.
Must have
10 or
been
so
like
years ago, a phantom thief became active in the court of Fontaine.
2
Known
years,
only as
maybe.
the Weasel. Nobody knew his true identity, and the authorities never managed to catch him. Wow, cool! He sounds like one of those mysterious night burglars.
Okay, yeah, Eula is totally physical DPS. She's not very good with cryo.
Our Weasel targeted whatever people held dear.
People, I have Eula also. I'm a free-to-play player. That's why I don't have all the characters, but I have a lot of characters. I'm lucky on my rolls. Sounds like an absolute weirdo.
The phantom thieves you read about in novels rob the rich to pay the poor. But
Yeah,
this guy
just
did not
like
discriminate.
Robin Hood.
Unsurprisingly, this didn't work wonders for his public reputation.
It's a
Every
very
man and
good
his dog wanted
movie.
to see him
Robin
behind
Hood,
bars.
Heroes in Tides.
Yeesh. So,
You will laugh a lot if you see it.
not exactly. There's a good chance that the Weasel would still
The
be alive to
Weasel.
this
The Weasel
day.
is a
If it
Portuguese
hadn't been for an accident 10 years
music
ago.
band.
A magician
The Weasel.
named Caesar
That's why
fell
it's
to
funny.
his death
Because
in
I'm
a
Portuguese, I like the
high-altitude
Weasel.
escape performance. When the police went through his personal effects, they found a hoard of stolen loot and gadgets used for criminal activities. And that was how the Phantom Weasel's identity was revealed to all.
Yeah, I think I've
Sure
only
enough,
rolled
Babs and Fontaine went
once on
down
the
after
weapon
Caesar's
banner.
death.
Rolled for the
Today,
weapon.
10 years on, the
I never
notorious
rolled a
thief
lot
has once again issued one of his
on the
warning
we-
letters
on the
and pasted it on the
weapon
gate of the
banners,
opera
and I got
because
lucky.
for all
I
to
got
see.
the weapon.
I had to
Well,
squeeze through
not
the crowd this
that
morning to
lucky,
get a photo as soon
but I
as
got it
heard.
on my first try, so
It's this
I
one.
used like 78 rolls or something like that. So not that lucky. I had to go almost till the end, but I got the weapon I wanted, which is the bow for Eula. Not Eula, for
So, this is the warning letter, huh? Let's see what he wrote.
so many
3 days
names.
from now, when evening falls, I shall take from you that which you hold most dear at the Opera House, just as you did to me 10 years ago. This is, without a doubt, a clear declaration of criminal intent.
I'll show you in a
After
bit.
years of laying low, the Phantom Weasel is back with a vengeance. What once seemed like an open and shut case has been blown wide open again.
But why has he re-emerged now? And what does he want? I sense an epic
Yeah,
scoop,
maybe it's not
and
yours.
I'm going for it.
My internet has been, well, internet in
Thief will steal anything that
my
other
area has
people
been bad
value.
for a few days.
Does that mean even we might be targeted?
But I think it's okay now, so we might still have favorite snacks. We might try to nab you Little Paimon. Num num.
But Paimon doesn't want to get kidnapped. Well,
It's
he
not
has to go through
kidnapped,
you
because you're
first.
not a kid.
You
It's
would stop,
Paimon
right?
napped.
Okay, the people have spoken. It's clear that the public are very concerned about the Phantom
Ooh,
Weasel's reappearance.
magic. Up there.
Let's see, I've got a photo of the letter, my interview notes. Yep, that should be enough to form the skeleton of my article. It does feel like something is missing, though. Something exclusive. Who should I interview next? I need someone with a more concrete connection to the weasel. Is that who I think it is?
She's pretty lucky. She finds all the people she needs in just a few seconds. Looks like he's trying some magic.
Magic, magician, Caesar, the Phantom Weasel. That's
No.
it. Let's go interview Lenny.
Just on Twitch. But I put the video on YouTube after,
You see,
though.
the original Phantom Thief Caesar was a magician too. And what do Phantom Thieves and magicians have in common? They both have an air of mystery about them. Perhaps there's a connection there.
Are you serious? What sort of a deduction is that?
Oh, relax. My journalistic instinct tells me that an exclusive
I don't know if
news
this
story
story is
beckoning.
very big, but I
Let's
don't
go.
like
No
stories
time
that
for delay.
go on for like 2 hours. But yeah, I'm going to do all the story in this video. Hope it takes only 1 hour and something. So let me see. The weapon I got was this one. Oh no, it's not. Yeah, it's from Ganyu. I was thinking that it was from Yellen, but no. The weapon I got from the banner is this one. And last month I pulled my second Skyward Atlas. I decided not to refine it to rank 2. I think it's more useful to have 2 of them, but I'm still leveling up. I didn't add the materials. I leveled up today.
Wow, Mr. Magician! How did you know which card
Yeah,
I
it's not for
picked?
Yellen. I
Oh,
thought it
it's
was
simple.
the weapon
Come
for
closer,
Yellen.
and I'll let
That's
you
for
in on my
Ganyu.
secret. Magicians have a special skill called telepathy, which
I
means
thought
we can read
on
other people's minds.
Pulling Yellen's
Really?
weapon.
Then,
But the
What am I thinking now?
stringless I think is pretty good for her.
Well, first you need to relax.
But I like her weapon.
Because I can see that you're clenching your fist in your mind, as if to say, no, I mustn't let him guess it.
But at least Yellen's weapon is good for other characters too.
And now
But
you're getting
Ganyu's
a
weapon
little
is not
flustered.
that good
You're trying
besides
to find a way to
Ganyu. But
empty your
Ganyu's
mind,
already
to think
very
of nothing
strong.
at all.
So
But the more you
with
try
that
to hide a
weapon,
secret, the easier it'll come
she
out.
deals a lot of damage.
You snuck out from home today, didn't you? You told your family a little lie so you could come out and play. Now, that's not a good habit.
you can tell? Oh boy, you really can
Como é
read
que é
my
assim?
mind.
Tá tudo bem, mano?
Of course. Oh, and that's the
E
end of my
então?
performance. You should really
O que é
be
que tens
heading
feito?
home.
Como é que tens andado?
Remember to apologize to your family, all right? They must be worried about you.
All right, got it. Bye, Mr. Magician.
Bye bye. Kiddo. Epá, eu por acaso tenho acordado também assim um bocado engripado, mas estou bem. Acordo de manhã tipo com ranhocos e não sei o quê.
Why, hello. We meet again. Are you looking for me? What's the situation?
Mas depois passa.
Oh,
Mas está
why
tudo
don't
bem.
you guess, Mr. Telepathic?
Vou entrar de férias agora.
please.
Gostava
You
de
didn't
que isso
believe
fosse
that
sinónimo de
spiel,
fazer
did
mais
you?
streams,
The power of telepathy
mas a
is
menina está
quite
quase a vir,
beyond
por
me.
isso não sei se vou conseguir
I'm sure
streamar
that child would beg to differ.
mais.
Seemed like you
Tenho estado
were
a
right
streamar
on the money.
pouco, mas pronto.
That was nothing
Provavelmente
more than
vou
a little
streamar
trickery. I
na
made an
PlayStation, se
educated
calhar.
guess based on his micro-expressions.
Vou
That,
estar,
plus
yeah,
the
e as
fact
minhas
that he
férias
was
vão
the
ser
only kid here
interrompidas
without his
pela
parents,
licença.
and he looked as
Não sei se
guilty as
depois, se
sin.
eles metem as férias
He
depois
made
da
it easy for
licença.
me.
Isso era bom.
You guys,
Ficar
on the
2
other
meses em
hand,
casa.
Let me guess. Don't tell me you're here for the Phantom Weasel, are you?
Yes, we are.
Wow! Got it in one!
Tá quase.
That's more of your
É
trickery,
para a semana.
Wait,
Não escapa.
really?
Não escapa
no
porque já está
trickery this
marcado.
time. It was pure luck.
Se nascer bem, nasce mal. Vai à faca.
His warning letter's been the talk of the
Aquela
town,
barriga
so
da
I
mamã.
figured that maybe you were asking around about that.
Bingo! I plan on writing a column reporting on the latest news about the Phantom Weasel.
Ok.
Lenny, what are your thoughts on this infamous thief's
Is she going
reappearance?
to be a playable character?
To be honest, it makes me angry.
Ainda não sei o nome, mano.
Why?
Ainda estamos a decidir.
You read his letter,
Talvez
right?
Penelope.
The
Mas
Phantom
não
Weasel
sei.
claims he's planning something in 3 nights' time at the Opera House. That's the night I'll be performing there.
What are the chances? Wait a minute, you don't think he's after you, do you?
Ooh. There's a
Well,
lot to
if
get
he
you.
is, then his warning is clearly a direct challenge to me personally. And if he's not, then it's still going to be a huge headache for me. The mere mention
Mas
of the
estou aberto a
weasel's name is
sugestões,
enough to
se quiseres dar
scare people
algumas.
off. So once the contents of that letter get out, barely anyone will be showing up to watch my show. But I've been preparing for this for a long time. I'm not about to let him ruin my big day. This leaves me with only one choice. I have to expose the Phantom Weasel's identity before the show begins.
She must go.
So what you're saying
away.
is, we might get to see a live duel between a famous magician and an infamous thief? Wow, this has exclusive written all over it.
To be honest, I'm not sure if I'll emerge the victor. The Phantom Weasel is a notorious crook, infamous for his inscrutable methods.
You're being far too modest.
Yeah,
Lenny.
there's an
I
event
think your magic tricks are
on
even
the
more
TCG,
inscrutable
right?
than those of a
Kyo.
thief.
I think there's an event. I haven't
Thanks for
done
the
anything from the
compliment,
event.
though I have to say
I have all
don't
the
care much
cards
for the
though.
comparison.
It's
A
what
lot
it
of people
matters the
liken
most. I don't know
magicians
if
to
we receive
thieves
anything
because we both
special,
have the
but
ability to make things disappear
I should have.
without the
I think
person
it ends
noticing.
today, right?
But there's an important
Damn.
difference that these people overlook.
Uh,
Allow me
sim,
to
mas
demonstrate with a quick
Zine, se
magic
gostas de dar
trick.
nomes,
Here I have a flower. Just
se
an
gostas de dar
ordinary
nomes,
flower
dá aí
that was
umas
picked not
sugestões,
long
faz
ago.
favor.
Watch it carefully now. 3,
2.
2, 1.
It's gone!
Oh,
That's the question. Where did it go? Therein lies the difference between us. Thieves make precious
Magic.
things disappear, but only magicians make them reappear. If I could now invite you all to check your clothes, there might be a surprise in there somewhere.
it's up your butt.
A surprise? Let me see!
Oh, baby. Huh? When did that get there?
It's right there! But how?
Eu gosto de nomes a começar com letras no final do
An
alfabeto.
outstanding trick. Sorry, Lenny, it seems that
E
my
é praticamente
previous
isso.
phrase was woefully inadequate.
Vicente é o nome do meu filho.
It's the superior
V,
art
tá
form.
muito lá para o fim.
Don't worry, I didn't take offense. I just wanted to take
Só
the
que o nome de mulher
opportunity to perhaps
também
change
gosto de
some of the
Xavier,
preconceived
que é com
notions
X,
you might have about
mas este já estava
magicians.
tomado por um amigo.
Since Caesar's death, a lot of people associate magicians with criminality.
Nice.
It can be quite frustrating.
I can imagine. Coming back to
I'm
your
going.
trick
I'm
just
going
now,
to follow you.
might I presume that you are well
At the end of this stream, I'm going to follow you. Okay, Kyo. Are you streaming Genshin also?
Performances to represent passion and romantic encounters. But you used a Lumidu spell, which, if I'm not mistaken, allude to separations. I'm curious to know if there was any deeper meaning behind this choice.
No.
Impressive knowledge. It's no wonder you're such a successful journalist. But I'm afraid I don't know the first thing about floral symbolism.
Haha.
I'm just in the habit of using Lumidu spells in my magic. It sounds like something I should look into, though. I'll buy myself a copy of Fontaine's Floral Language Facts when I have some time. But it'll have to wait until this Phantom Weasel business is behind us.
Well noted. In that case, this brings us to the end of our interview. I for one, am looking forward to the final showdown between you and the thief.
Normally I don't see
Please feel free to
a
get
lot
in
of
touch to update
streamers,
me on any further
but
developments. Otherwise, I will of course see you at your show in 3 days' time.
I raid
Hope the Phantom Weasel is caught
every
by then.
time, and also
There's nothing else. I'll be off. You've
what's
carried
it called
lots
when
to
you,
work
when
with here,
you
and I've got
leave
no time to lose if I want to write that exclusive piece.
when you leave
I'll
this
see you all later.
when you are not seeing the stream but you leave the stream on? I do that too a lot, but I don't have a lot of time to see the streams. I don't even have a lot of time to play. Being a streamer, well, I'm not a streamer. I
I'm
don't
afraid that's my little
make
secret.
money from this. I get some cents out of streaming, so I only consider streamers people that make a decent amount of money, that could live with that, even if it's barely. So yeah, I'm not a streamer per se. I do streams. It's different. The Phantom Weasel, you should be able to handle him. You need our help?
Not so itchy then, huh?
Your PC blue.
Well,
Okay.
since you're so concerned, how would you like to serve as my temporary magician's assistance and help me
Is your phone
investigate?
good? Does it run smoothly while streaming? And I never stream from my cell phone.
Assistants are technically magicians too.
I never tried it.
Also, it'll bring us one step closer to figuring out how that darn trick is done. Shall we go for it?
Well, but I recently purchased a Steam Deck. I should try stream from the Steam Deck. Will help you with your investigation.
Excellent. Thank you for putting your trust in moi.
Oui, pas de quoi.
The first thing we need to look into is
Merci
who
beaucoup.
Caesar really was. If he truly was the Phantom Weasel, that means that the Weasel is dead, and whoever wrote this warning letter is just a
Willow,
copycat
também
criminal.
gosto.
But
Que é de um
if he
jogo que
wasn't
eu
the
gostava
Weasel,
muito, da Nintendo. Também tem
well,
série
that'll make
e
things
fizeram
more
agora uma
interesting.
série. Não, tem
It would
filme.
mean that the Weasel
E
lives,
fizeram
and he's
agora
been laying
um,
low all this time in some corner of Fontaine.
uma série
And if we're investigating
na
Caesar,
Disney
his fiancée
e não
Gemma
teve
is a
sucesso
good
nenhum.
place to start. Word is that she visits the cemetery often, so I asked Lynette to
É,
wait
tem
for
um
her
filme.
there.
Se pesquisares Willow,
Let's go and
tem
rendezvous
um
with
jogo da
Lynette.
Nintendo. Eu joguei esse jogo bué, que era para a Nintendo. Nem era a Super Nintendo, era a Nintendo. Foi a primeira consola que eu tive. Depois tem um filme também, um filme antigo, 1980 e muito. 1980 e tal. Não sei o ano, mas eu vi o filme. Eu nasci em 87, portanto o filme já deve ser mais antigo que eu. E agora fizeram uma série. O ano passado fizeram uma série que é a continuação do filme. Está tipo, é passado não sei quantos anos. Fizeram a série. E acho que não teve sucesso nenhum, cancelaram. Mas é tudo o mesmo universo. A história do jogo eu gostei muito. Oh no! We have a shortcut. Thank you. Zoom. Zoom. Ok. Não, eu para meninas acho que gostava.
Sorry, I bumped
Willow.
into the traveler
Willow
in Charlotte
tem.
en route,
Mas
and
para
we
meninas
ended
acho
up
que gostava mais de
chatting for a
nomes
while.
mais femininos, tipo com As e com Is e Es. Eu acho que o meu nome é muito feminino. André. Acho que os nomes masculinos têm o som O e U
Thank you. It's good to have you help
e os
me.
nomes mais femininos têm
So, what's the
o A e o E
situation?
e o I.
Have you seen
O E é um
Gemma?
bocado neutro, mas pronto.
Nope. I've been here a
Mas o
while,
E,
and
o A
she
e o
still
I
hasn't
são
shown
sons
up.
mais femininos.
How bizarre. Maybe it was bad intel.
Mas sim, concordo
Well,
contigo.
we won't get anywhere by standing around waiting. Traveler, Paimon, let's
Otto
go
também
ask
foi o
around.
nome que a gente considerou para o Otto e Oliver. Era um nome que a gente. Era mais Oliver porque a minha mulher gostava, que a gente considerou para o Vicente. Olha o Baltazar. Olha, posso ir inspirar-me nos nomes dos jogos. Baltazar Bucks.
Excuse me, good sir. Do you by any chance know a Gemma?
Gemma.
Gemma? You mean Caesar's fiance?
Gemma
Sure.
também é um nome giro.
What's this about?
I'm just trying to get a hold of her because I need her help with something. I heard she comes here a lot.
Yeah, she does. Poor thing. It's no secret why either. She's heartsick. Ever since Caesar passed away, she's been coming here once every week to clean his
Coming.
grave. Often she just sits there.
Mas eu não sei se o Willow dá para em Portugal.
Sometimes she talks to
Sabes que no
herself.
Brasil ele tem menos
I asked her what she was
restrições
doing once.
para os
She
nomes.
said she wanted
Em
to
Portugal
speak to him again.
tens uma
She
lista
knows
com
he's gone and can't hear her from her
muitos
grave,
nomes
but
mesmos.
she just likes to
E
spend
se quiseres
time
dar
there.
um nome que não
And
está
her
nessa
fiancé
lista,
all about how her life is going.
tens que pagar.
She's been doing this
Agora,
ever
apesar da minha
since
mulher ser
Caesar passed
brasileira
away?
e de as pessoas que vêm de fora
So 10 years.
não precisam dar nomes dessa lista.
Your love must
Podem
have
dar
been
nomes
really strong.
tipo
I'll bet. Caesar's
do país deles.
reputation fell
E
apart
apesar da
after
minha
his
mulher ter
identity
nascido no
reveal,
Brasil,
so no one else
como ela já
visits
tem
his grave.
nacionalidade portuguesa há muito tempo, eu
Gemma's
acho,
the only one who still thinks
eu
about
acho que
him
não
after all
dá
these
à
years.
mesma, que ela não tem tipo
I
esse
don't know if
direito.
the mind lives on in the
Então
waters
já,
after
existe
death,
uma
but
lista bem da grande. Se fores pesquisar na internet também
Caesar must
encontras
be grateful to have someone who
lista de
remembers him
nomes.
fondly. If I'm honest, I think this is all so unfair
Eu
to
posso
poor
dar
Gemma.
Willow, mas tenho que pagar.
Her fiancé was a low-life crook. He doesn't deserve someone like
E
her.
não quero pagar.
Anyway, all of that said,
Só por
she's
causa
running
do
later
nome.
than usual today. Normally she'd be
Yeah, não faz
sitting in
muito
front of his
sentido, mas
grave by
pronto.
now. I wonder if she's okay. Well, that's everything I know, I'm afraid.
Porque o meu filho eu
Might have
também
more
queria que
luck
chamasse
asking some
Zack.
other people.
Só que Zack
All right. Well, thanks for sharing all of this with us. We'll keep
só
asking
dava.
around.
You're welcome.
Na lista estava lá. Eu queria que
just hope
fosse
she'll be able to move on
ZACK.
one day.
Mas na lista estava com. Ou estava Zack com ZECK ou Zack ZAC. Já não me lembro bem. Mas pronto. Garcia e Juliano. Mas olha, Gemma, Willow.
Did you hear the news?
Gosto
They're
dessas
saying the Phantom Weasel's-
sugestões.
You're kidding.
Gracia.
Wait, isn't he dead?
Este tem o cabelo de Son
I don't
Goku.
know anymore. All sorts of news flying around nowadays. I can never tell what's true and what isn't. But what if?
Para não
just
fazer muito barulho, senão
hypothetically,
minha mulher vai me dar no vizinho.
What if this weasel's the real deal and Caesar was framed?
Called it. Seriously, 10 years ago, on the day it all went down, I said to myself, you know what? This guy's been set up. The Caesar I knew was a good guy. He gave balloons to children on the street, for Pete's sake. What, are we supposed to believe that he was a balloon thief or something? Give me a break.
Oh, please. Weren't you the one cursing his name to high heaven when the police announced the news? You were all, "Oh, that gosh darn lousy son of a, you think you know a guy," or words to that effect.
Wait, did I say that? I don't seem to recall.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt.
Hello there. Sorry for disturbing you, but I couldn't help but notice you were discussing the Phantom Weasel. We're actually quite interested in this topic as well, but we're struggling to
Partilha no
get the phone.
Discord. Tem lá uma cena.
Do you think you
Tem
could
lá uma,
spare a moment to tell us a
um
little bit
separador
about
no
Caesar?
Discord. Que é mesmo para postar essas cenas cómicas.
Come to the right people.
Posta lá.
Yep.
Aposto que o resto do
I
pessoal
was
também vai
there.
apreciar.
Back when Caesar used to perform magic tricks on the street. He was a great magician. The best trick I ever saw him do was pop a transparent balloon, only for a whole bunch of doves to fly out from the inside. I was right up close and didn't blink or look away once. But for the life of me, I still don't have the faintest clue how he pulled it off. Really incredible stuff.
I saw him perform too. He always used to bring some gifts along for the kids who came to watch his show, and he'd hand them out after he was done. Sometimes he even got the kids to write their wishes down, and then he'd make the items on the wish list appear in his next show.
Huh. He doesn't sound like such a bad guy.
But after he died, there were also rumors that he used the wish list to find out what was precious to people, with the intent to steal it later. As I'm sure you know, the Phantom Weasel would steal just about anything from anyone.
Whatever the case, now that the weasel is back, Caesar's become a hot topic once more. I bet Gemma must be pleased. If Caesar's name gets cleared, maybe it'll finally give her some solace after all this time. No, speak of the devil. That's her over there. If you've got any more questions about Caesar, she's definitely the one to ask.
So that's Gemma. Is it just Paimon, or does it look like something's wrong. Wait. It looks like she's injured. Come on, let's see if she's okay.
She's the Phantom Weasel.
Hi there. You're Gemma, right?
Who's asking?
We are?
Don't be afraid. We mean no harm. It looks like you're injured. How bad is it?
Thanks for your concern, but you didn't answer my question. Who are you, and what do you want with me?
My name is
Is she
Lily,
old?
and this is my sister Lynette.
She just says white hair.
My name's Paimon, and this here's the Traveler. We're investigating the Phantom Weasel.
The Weasel posted a warning letter this morning. If he still lives, that means that Caesar was falsely accused. You knew Caesar better than anyone else. So if you're willing, we'd love to hear what you think about all this. I promise you can trust us. We won't hurt you. In fact, we'll do all we can to keep you safe.
I never believed that he was the Weasel.
Huh. I suspected as much. Okay, so going back 10 years, do you remember anything strange in the weeks leading up to the accident? Did Caesar have a falling out with anyone, for instance?
No, not that I know of.
Got it. All right. Sorry for disturbing you.
If you don't have any more questions, please leave. I want to be alone with him.
He's going to be a zombie. Ooh.
Judging by the look on her face, there's definitely something fishy about her.
She's lying. She definitely knows something.
Perhaps she simply doesn't trust us.
That's fair. We're just a bunch of strangers who showed up and started questioning her about things that happened a whole decade ago. It makes sense that she'd be wary around us. In any case, I doubt we'll get any further here, so let's call it a day. Meet me outside Hotel de Boer tomorrow, and then we'll start the next step of our plan.
Alright. Oh, wait until the next morning. What tower is that? I never went there. It was very lucky of me. Can I go to that tower? I don't think so.
And away I go!
Yep, I cannot. So she's around here. Okay. Well, let's keep on going. Damn, it's not here.
Over here.
Hello.
Lynette's not joining us today?
I've had her follow Gemma and see if we can make any inroads with her. They should be at a cafe right now. Still, I don't think that Gemma's likely to open up to us. So, we need a contingency plan.
Não, Zino, o teu humor é top. Se gostas deste gajo, é porque tens o melhor tipo de humor. Não que eu seja o mais engraçado nesse tipo de humor, mas sim, pelo que eu conheço, sim. Não te deites tanto abaixo pensar que há muito, que és muito diferente Porque tu és muito fixe. Se calhar não estás aí num sítio onde as tuas qualidades sejam apreciadas e por isso é que se calhar te sentes às vezes tipo menos ou assim. Eu sei que já senti isso e normalmente quando a gente está a passar a adolescência é quando senti isso. Eu sei que eu senti isso, que não era apreciado, mas de certeza que vais crescer e encontrar o teu grupo. Isso é que é importante. Eu encontrei o meu e família, mano. Família vai, quando começares a criar a tua família, vai ser o teu grupo, vai te fazer sentir feliz. Mas sim, por isso é que eu também estava a te incentivar. Se tens a oportunidade de viajar, viaja, mano. Quando vieres cá a Portugal, avisa, a gente vai dar uma volta. Existe tanta gente no mundo. Eu outra vez vi uma cena que era se apenas 0,01%, não, se 99,9% das pessoas do mundo te acharem feio, significa que 0,1% te acha bonito. E 0,1% na população mundial é tipo, é um número bem grande, são bem pessoas. E isso aplica-se também tipo ao fixe, também se aplica às coisas más, ao parvo. Mas pronto, o problema às vezes das pessoas é não terem ainda encontrado tipo as suas caras metades, tipo de amigos, de amizades, de amores, de família. Quando encontrarem essa pessoa, elas vão se sentir bem.
Today
Eu espero
we'll
que
be looking
encontre essa
into a
pessoa.
guy named Lorenzo, Caesar's former pupil and assistant. When Caesar passed away, all the stolen goods discovered in his home were confiscated and returned to their rightful owners. But Lorenzo was the
Não é que eu tenha
only
já
one privy to all his
80
magic
anos ou
secrets,
120
and
anos.
he inherited his
Porque
craft.
sou um vampiro e sou uma
For
fonte
long,
de conhecimento.
Lorenzo
Não
was the
sou, mano.
next big magician in town,
Mas pelo menos
his
isso eu
fame
percebo o
surpassing
que é.
even that of his master.
Porque eu também
And it
passei
made
por.
him very
Toda a gente
wealthy.
passa por cenas
He's
parecidas.
since left the magic scene though, and these days he's
Alguns
a wealthy
mais, outros
businessman
menos.
with his fingers in a
Portanto,
lot
eu
of
percebo o que é que estás a
different pies.
passar agora.
I had to pull a
Mas
lot of
acredita que é
strings,
só
but I managed
uma
to get him
fase.
to agree to a couple of drinks with
Quando
me.
a gente está a viver,
Be warned
demora,
though,
custa
I hear
mais e
he's got
demora
a
mais tempo a
hair-triggered
passar,
temper. We'd best be
mas ela
careful.
passa. E passa para algo melhor. A gente tem que se manter positivos. Ok, let's go through the door. Hotel de Rode. Hotel de Rode. The Board. That's an ugly name. Nunca vim aqui. Do you have recipes? Yeah, I want to see the menu. Ih, caramba, tanta receita. Boops, lasanha. Poisson. Sopa de peixe. Yeah, fish soup. Poisson é peixe em francês. Poisson. Ok. Tenho aqui uma data de receita já. I have a new recipe. Ok.
You neglected to mention that you were bringing 2 other people.
Olha o bigodes.
My apologies. These two are my assistants. When they heard that I was meeting with the former magic maestro himself, they begged and pleaded with me to bring them along. And if it's no trouble, a couple of autographs would really make their day.
Oh, forget the pleasantries, just sit.
Eu percebo que tu andas assim um bocado triste em baixo, mano. Mas acredita que é só uma fase. Tenta-te manter positivo, que coisas positivas aparecem na vida. As melhores fases da minha vida não tiveram a ver com eu ter passado mais ou menos dificuldades. Tiveram a ver, dificuldades a gente passa sempre, tiveram foi a ver com
A warning letter from the Phantom Weasel appeared on the entrance to the Opera
a
House.
atitude que a
He
gente
claims to be
que eu
planning
passei,
something for the same
essas
evening
merdas.
that I'm
Nas
scheduled
alturas
to
em
do
que eu
a magic
estava
show there. As such,
mais bem
I believe
disposto e
that
mais
I may
feliz,
well be
as
his
coisas más
target.
tipo passavam e
I have to get to the
era
bottom
como
of
se não
this to
fosse
ensure
nada.
that my show can go ahead as
Se a gente se focar
planned.
muito nas coisas más,
Naturally,
parece que
any
depois
investigation into the Weasel starts with a
vem
few
mais coisas más.
questions
Não,
about
vem sempre a
Caesar,
mesma
who
quantidade de
What is
coisas
there to
más.
investigate?
Pois é, se a gente liga a elas ou não. A gente tem que ligar às coisas boas. Como é que é a Little Sofa? Estava aqui a cuspir assim umas sabedorias. Está-se bem, mano. Obrigadão por ter dado um saltinho. Desculpa lá
Please,
não ter
sir,
vindo
no
aí.
need to get so worked up. I
Às
do
vezes,
concede that a
às
copycat
vezes
is but
apetece-me
one
ir para o Discord.
possibility.
Como é que é, pessoal? Está tudo bem aí? Quem é que está vivo? Só para saber se o pessoal está todo fixe.
Look, my patience is limited, so listen
Mas
carefully while I'm still
depois
willing
penso,
to
se
put
calhar
up
vão
with
tipo cagar só.
you. The weasel
Ninguém
is
vai dizer
dead,
nada.
period. Everyone knows that, so do yourself a favor and quit this investigation. It'll lead you nowhere.
Tentar vir aí
Look, if
aos
this
streams,
affects
como
your
se ao menos o
magic
pessoal está
show
aqui
in
no
any
salto,
way,
diz
I will
olá, se está tudo
personally
bem.
compensate you for
Little
any
Sofa está
losses.
fixe, Zin está
Oh,
fixe.
sir, I'm honored, really. But this isn't about finances for me. My pride as a magician is what's at stake here, Lorenzo. Copycat or not, this person has thrown me the gauntlet, and I must meet their challenge head on.
Your pride.
Mano, mas tu
Don't
podes.
mince words
É
with
assim,
me,
tu não
boy.
precisas de
Just
ser
tell
forte
me
e bem
what
disposto a
exactly are you
todos os
seeking to
momentos.
do?
Eu não sou forte e bem disposto a todos os momentos.
I have to know for myself what really happened 10
Se eu
years
estivesse
ago.
muito mal, também não era capaz de vir streamar. Tipo, nunca ninguém ia
What do the
saber que eu ia
events of
estar
10
muito
years ago
mal.
have to do with you anyway?
Também isso é as alturas em
Look,
que a
you
gente se
of all
isola mais,
people
né?
should know that a magician never
Mas
reveals their
eu não
secrets.
percebo se estás mal ou não.
And in
Eu
any
percebo que
case,
não
dead
estás bem.
men don't talk. So if you really care
Para uma
about
pessoa
your
quando não está
magician's
bem,
pride,
é
then
porque
you'll
está mal.
forget about Caesar
Ao contrário
and
de
move
estar
on.
morto é estar vivo, como dizia a grande filósofa Lili Canessas.
This is
Não,
getting awkward.
foi Lili Canessas? Não, foi o.
Lorenzo? Is that
Acho que foi a Lili Canessas. Ou foi o outro Maricas? O Little Sofa sabe quem é.
booming voice anywhere? What's up, my
Ai,
man?
sua bicha! Como é que
Wanna
chama
grab
esse
a drink
gajo?
with me?
Another day, I'm busy.
Oh, come on. You can't be all business all the time. You know what they say? Live fast, die young. You gotta learn how to
Conde
get back and relax once in a while.
Castelo
If I
Branco, ou
wanted
Castelo
your
Branco.
life advice, I'd ask
Não,
for it.
mas
Now
foi a
get
Lili
out of
Canessas que
my
disse isso.
face and go be drunk
E
somewhere
pronto, eu sabendo
else.
que tu não estás bem, às vezes estás aqui e dizes que tipo gostavas de desaparecer e tipo para algum. Castelo Branco, é esse Little Sofa. Mas já cheguei lá antes de ti. Cheguei lá, quem é que é? Mas a gente percebe maricas. Diz como aquele maricas e tu chegaste lá, eu também cheguei lá, mas pronto. A gente percebe os nossos maricas cá em Portugal. Mas tu às vezes tipo dizes que epá, queria sair, queria bazar, deixar tudo para trás. E isso, normalmente quem diz isso é quem tipo não está assim muito bem. Agora, eu sugiro que tu saias e que vais descobrir o mundo. O mundo é grande. Tens que encontrar o teu lugar nele. Mas não deixes tudo para trás. Isso eu não te aconselho. Tipo, vai, mas as coisas que têm para trás fica com elas à mesma. Se precisares, podes sempre voltar para lá. Olha o Bigodes. E caralho. Olha o outro Bigodes. É o teu Carlos.
Sorry, I may have had a little too much to drink. All right. I'm gonna leave. Don't work too hard.
É ele. O Phantom
It's high
Weasel.
time I made a move as well. If you really want to investigate this, Linny, be my guest. But if nothing good comes of it, don't say I didn't warn you.
Well, that fell to
Precisamente.
pieces in a rather spectacular
Quantos mais bolos
fashion.
comeres, mais melhor
Any thoughts?
bem ficas. There's something strange about him. Não faz mal a gente estar
Estar
chateado. Às vezes estou chateado. E venho streamar também. E se aparecer alguém tipo novo no stream e começar a dizer você é
I think so
racista
too.
e
We need to look into
Ah,
Lorenzo
não
more
gosta de
closely.
bichinho. Ah, mas tu conheces-me de algum lado, só para eu fazer uma. Eu gosto de
She
humor
only just
negro.
left. Let's see
Uma
if we
vez
can catch up with
vieram, não estava bem disposto e veio aqui alguém novo. A gente quer sempre cativar as pessoas novas, né? Mas veio aqui algum novo e resmungou com alguma merda que eu disse. Eu, pá, mas tu não me conheces, não sabes quem é que eu sou. Se vieres ao stream mais vezes, tu vais ver que eu brinco com coisas sérias. E se me conheceres, ou seja, as pessoas que nos conhecem sabem perfeitamente que a gente pode dizer uma coisa e não pensar. Eu gosto de piadas tipo negras, tipo onde há criancinhas a morrer, mas eu não quero que as criancinhas morram. Eu gosto de piadas de alentejanos e de pessoas do norte, mas a minha família é do norte. Eu tenho muitos amigos do sul de Portugal. Piadas de franceses, de pretos, eu tenho amigos ou conhecidos pelo menos por todo o mundo, por isso não significa que eu quero mal àquelas pessoas. Então disse agora, pá, vá, tá bem, tchau, não venhas mais cá ao stream, então, se não gostas. E pronto, também não fui assim muito indelicado, como às vezes sou na rua com pessoas que eu não conheço de lado nenhum. Mas pronto, não gosto muito que me julguem quando não me conhecem. Só aquela cena da primeira impressão que é que fica. Mas pronto. Por acaso tenho um chefe que acho que a primeira impressão dele não foi boa e agora sempre fala comigo. Acho que não gosta muito de falar comigo. Também não gosto muito de falar com ele. Mas pronto. Mas dentre 10 chefes que eu tenho, se for só um, menos mal. Tem mesmo Piro Stash. Olha, eu na realidade, o Vicente não é o meu primeiro filho. O Vicente é o meu terceiro filho. Ventoinhas, meter no micro-ondas. E antes desta que vai nascer para a semana, já nasceu outra. Só que ventoinha com ele. Pronto. Uma vez até foi no stream que isto ficou tudo vermelho. The weather views. Também só faço pelos views. O que deu mais views foi mesmo da ventoinha. No micro-ondas não deu assim tanto. Vocês sabem o que é que grita, incha e explode? É um bebê no micro-ondas.
Don't say anything and don't look back. Any altercation in the city will attract the guards. We'd better take this elsewhere.
Sim, o meu filho, eu acho que fez um Insta Story quando ele nasceu. Não, eu acho não, eu sei que fiz. Não foi quando ele nasceu, foi algum tempo depois de ele nascer. Porque era dia das mentiras e eu fiz eu andava a dizer a toda a gente que ele se ia chamar Lucifer. E eu fiz um Insta Story com o papel do notariado a dizer Lucifer Tujeira, com o apelido da mãe e Gonçalves Tujeira. E o pessoal todo acordou. Hã? Acreditou. O pessoal todo acreditou. Até algumas pessoas me ligaram e mandaram mensagens. Deste mesmo esse nome. Bom, escusado será dizer que o pessoal que fez isso, agora o pessoal estava muito preocupado. Mas a maior parte era tudo pessoal que não conhecia bem. Claramente. Smooth feito Pacino. Era a máfia. De Niro. Al Pacino, Robert De Niro.
Looks like we can't avoid this fight.
Vem ter mais quem?
Now, I'm not the strongest fighter, so I hope you're ready to back me up.
Yeah, sure.
Don't worry, we got this.
Queria saber mais nomes.
And voila! Getting gear. Frost is coming.
Ei, eu não tiro caralho deste gajo.
Solidified.
Não.
Ninjutsu.
Easy peasy.
Curses. They're tougher than we
thought. Vision wielders are always trouble.
Mas agora vou ter uma filha. Sou taurina.
Come on, let's
Pois, eu estava a falar disso com o Zina há um bocado, Little Sofa. Estava a dizer ao Zina que temos uma lista, em Portugal, temos uma lista com os nomes que podemos dar. Mas eu não tenciono ter mais. Mas se tiver, vou considerar muito seriamente esse nome. Mas eu acho que a gente foi pelaquela. Com ele, a gente viu aquela lista tipo. Sei lá, uma dúzia de vezes. Para aí 3 ou 4 vezes com atenção a ler tipo os nomes todos. Mas pronto, agora com ela ainda não sabemos o nome, mas não fomos à lista. Fomos à lista já uma vez. Se eu quiser chamar Capitolina, não posso. Não posso fazer a honra lá ao gajo do norte. Como é que eles... Hoje estou muito mal para nomes, fogo. O gajo das anedotas, levanta-te e ri. Epá, que se lixe. Mas ela... para ela temos o Willow e temos Gemma. O que estávamos a considerar a Penélope. Mas amanhã vou ver. Acho que o Willow está na lista, não sei. Mas eu gosto. Porque se eu pudesse dar qualquer nome era a Aerith. Se eu fosse pagar era a Aerith. Ou a Aeris, não sei. Mas era do Final Fantasy VII. O Raka. Essa é a gaja do outro anime. Tu gostas porque tem o Uzinho. Se tiver um U, já gostas. Gemma é nome de stripper, não é? Depois ela vai fazer o OnlyFans e vem aqui. Eu, pessoal, subscrevam o OnlyFans da minha filha. Links aí em baixo para descontos. Se meterem o código FishmanPie da Gemma. E tem um desconto de 15% na subscrição mensal do OnlyFans da Gemma. E se pedirem, também ela manda uma nude do pai. Não? Clara, sim. Eu gosto de Clara. Mas Clara, eu não posso... Não sei se gostas ou não. Pronto, mas Clara eu não posso. Porque a prima da minha mulher teve uma menina na mesma altura que eu tive um menino e chama-se Clara. Mas Gemma estava... Sheila não gosto. Soraya também não gosto. Não gosto dos dois. Gosto do facto de começarem por S, mas eu queria assim. Eu queria Gemma com J, não era com G.
But the place was sealed up by the police after his death, and no one's been there since. I also know that the Fleuve Cendre is dangerous territory. Lots of hostile groups lurking around.
Gemma Atkinson. Ou Mia Khalifa. Lynette. Então olha assim, obrigadão por teres dado um saltinho. Muitas graças. Bon appetit. E vai dar dois saltinhos, está bem, mano? Abração. Props. Atena. Era o que eu estava a dizer ao Zina antes. Eu gosto de nomes que comecem com a última letra do alfabeto. Com a última não, mas com uma letra lá para a frente. Porque vocês podem não saber, o meu nome não é fixe. Na realidade não é fixe. Era fixe que fosse fixe, mas fixe foi uma alcunha que me deram quando eu tinha para aí 15 ou 16 anos. Portanto, olha, já me tratam por fixe há quase 20 anos. Mas pronto. E o meu nome é André. Zara é fixe. Zara é dos ciganos. Aí vou ali comprar uma camisola da Zara na Zara. Mas é porreirito. Mas estava a pensar. Estava a dizer o quê já? O meu nome é André. Ou seja, é um nome que começa pela primeira letra do alfabeto. E eu quando estava na escola. Como é que eu vou ali para baixo, caralho? Ok. Quando estava na escola eu era sempre dos primeiros a ser chamados para o quadro e essas merdas todas. E eu não quero que os meus filhos passem pelo mesmo. A minha mulher não sabe o que é isso. E diz que eu estou a dramatizar. Por isso é porque ela chama Tamara. É um T lá para a frente no alfabeto também. Quase no último. Pronto. Bolinha. Ou bolinhas. Toda a gente tem um amigo chamado Bolinhas. Ou Bolinha. Eu também tenho. Que entretanto mudaram a alcunha dele para Gordo. E continua a ser o Gordo. Apesar de que já está. Não está magro, mas pronto. Já está normal. Não vou dizer que ele já está magro, pronto. Emagreceu muito. Só não digo que ele está magro porque. Magro supostamente é um gajo chupado, né? Um gajo bem chupado da vida. Vamos aqui para o esgoto. Pronto, ele está normal. E continua a ter a mesma alcunha. Eu também já não sou fixe. Sou um nojentinho de merda. Tenho que levar fogo. Vou levar aqui uma Fire Team. Fire Team. Eu já não sou fixe e Tiago curto. Tiago também é um. Já tenho um primo chamado Tiago, mas também é um nome que eu curto. Sempre curti o nome de Tiago. Olha, fudeu. Caí para a água e agora não dá para sair. Aí dá. É que aqui nas dungeons não dá para a gente se agarrar na parede. Dá para a gente, aparentemente, entrar lá dentro. Ó. Ficar com a cabeça. Vamos ver se não perdemos tesouros. Já tenho aqui um gajo de fogo. Pois, shit. Nice.
Nothing suspicious here, just normal magic props. Let's head in further. What was that? Oh, is this one of Caesar's gadgets?
Ivete Sangalo.
Guess we must have
Está na lista. Enemies. Bufas.
Born of ice and frost.
Out of the frying pan, into the...
Teamwork is dreamwork. Adventure time. Access denied.
Dá o power dessa. Puffs. 20.000, 14.000. 14.000.
Whoa,
Júlia.
the doll in the box is glowing.
Júlia também estamos a considerar. Epá, eu devia sentar aqui tudo. Hoje estou-me a dar muitas ideias. Vou escrever numa mensagem para a minha mulher, que já está a dormir. Tenho que apontar as ideias todas. Oh caralho do esquilo. Está quieto, caralho.
There's something written on the card on this doll. Let's take a closer look.
No treasure? Can you give me treasure? No. Então, esta merda não anda. Fogo, já me esqueci do outro. O que é que há aqui para cima?
Looks like we've reached the end of this route. Shall we try a different one?
No, Paimon, let's just stay here forever and ever.
These magic boxes are moving.
One of them looks different from the rest. Let's investigate.
Oh shit. Ok, focus. Qual é que era? Era... Oh shit. Ora, acertei. Epá. Epá, já não sei onde é que está o outro nome. Merda, já perdi o nome, estou chateado. Luna, olha. A prima da minha. A prima da minha mulher que tem a menina da idade do meu filho. Por acaso chamou Clara a filha, mas estava a considerar também Luna. Também não desgosto. Também é uma letra lá para a frente. What? When you get to the wedding, Uncle Caesar. Watch your shows in the grandpa, Uncle Caesar. Note, oh my, this one wish. Okay, is it a paper from the kids? Already in schedule, you always if you like magic. No treasures on the dungeons. Lídia não, Laura não, gosto de Lara, mas minha mulher nem por isso.
That's weird. Have we reached the end already? There's nothing here. Maybe this was a wasted trip.
Lina, what are you looking at? Já está aqui Iris também. Chama Madalena não dá, também gosto. Os nomes que eu gosto mesmo, eu e a minha mulher em consenso, é Clara, Madalena e Beatriz. Só que não podemos dar esses nomes, porque temos amigos que tiveram meninas nos últimos 2 anos e têm todos esses nomes. Beatriz é a minha cunhada. Pronto, também não dá. Fui eu e a minha mulher que escolhemos o nome da minha cunhada. Nós não escolhemos. Atenção, a minha sogra na altura perguntou-nos: se vocês tivessem uma menina, como é que se ia chamar? E a gente teve a pensar como se fosse para nós e dissemos Beatriz, é um nome que gostamos muito. E depois o rei da velha foi roubar o nome que eu queria dar à minha filha. Eu e a minha mulher queríamos dar à minha filha. Então, apesar de Beatriz não ser um nome que comece por uma letra muito lá à frente, né? É logo a segunda, mas pronto. E depois, olha, roubou o nome. E agora não podemos dar o nome Beatriz porque senão a tia e a sobrinha vão ter o mesmo nome. Piu. Maura, não gosto. Maura, não gosto. Se calhar porque conhecia um Mauro e não curtia do gajo. Mas pronto. Independentemente do motivo, não gosto. Pumbas. Olha para esse dano. Pumbas. Pumbas. É. No crit. No crit again. What? Pumbas. E é boa? Queres apresentar?
Why have you stopped, Lenny? Is there some device in that box?
It just looks
Não sei.
familiar somehow.
Man, a minha prima
Let me check this out
Maura
for a second while you guys
só
phone ahead.
tem 8 anos, ó.
If anyone makes a major discovery, let's
E é
rendezvous.
boa?
All right,
Ou Ana?
In a bit.
Porquê a Ana? A Ana está na lista? A Ana parece que é um fanhoso a tentar dizer Joana. Como é que chama a tua filha? Ana. Se calhar foi um fanhoso que foi ao notório dar o nome à filha. Ai, eu estou muito cansada, amor. A nossa filha nasceu há 3 dias. Eu não quero ir ao notário para dar o nome. Tens que ir lá sozinho. Estou estafada com o parto e a amamentar. Vais lá, amor. Amor, eu vou lá dar o nome à nossa filha. Então vá, é Joana, não te esqueças. Sim, Ana. Então como é que vais chamar a sua filha? Ana. Ou Ana? É, vai chamar Ana.
Healthy body, healthy mind.
Ai. E pronto, e foi assim que nasceu o nome. Sim, tem. Patrícia também não dá, tem uma tia emprestada chamada Patrícia. Que é esta merda? Activate all the magic spells without stepping. É para baixo, motherfucker. Oh yeah! Priscila. Pilar não. Priscila. Ok. I'm liking it. Está a ficar muito cheinho. Que dá um tesouro. What the fuck? Não, é só um baú. É um baú do tesouro, mas no treasure.
Wow! There's a hidden room here! Let's see! Oh, this bookcase is full of Caesar's own notes! He wrote a lot about the principles of magic. Whew. Much too advanced for Paimon. Hey, look! Is that Caesar's diary on the table?
Yes, it is.
This book's thick as a brick! Let's take a peek
Sério?
inside it, shall we?
Eu sei que se tu pagares, podes dar qualquer nome, né? Tipo Beyoncé e outras merdas do Yannick Jalot, mas eu não quero pagar. Ruby Rose é nome de cantora country ou de stripper.
As a joke, I told the kid that the hat has a built-in wish-granting machine. Next thing I know, today a whole bunch of kids were pestering me to pull all sorts of things out of the hat. So I told them another white lie. The machine needs time to power up, but in the meantime, you can write your wishes down. Well, they took me up on that offer, enthusiastically. As I write this, I've only just got back from running around all over town, buying the things they wanted. Boy, are my legs sore. I wound up saving very little this month, but that's not a major issue. I now have a bigger problem. How am I going to hide all these things inside my hat?
One at a time. About children studying magic.
2 children came to talk to me after today's show. I don't know why they were out on their own. They looked much too young to be unsupervised. I do hope they got home safely. Anyway, they said that they wanted me to teach them how to do magic. It's not uncommon for children to ask this, of course, but I've never seen any of them as serious about it as these two.
Era a
I told
Linette e o
them that
Linei.
learning magic is very hard work, but that didn't faze them at all. It's like they already knew. They seemed so committed. I couldn't turn them down.
Yeah, probably. Linette and Linei.
It seems like something's bothering Lorenzo lately, but he won't open up to me about it. Surely he's not upset that I agreed to teach those 2 children. I'll have to talk him around. I have a good feeling about those kids. They're naturally talented, and it seems like they're not new to the world of magic. They have all sorts of fantastic ideas. All I'm really doing is helping them develop a more professional standard training plan. They wanted to call me Master, but I told them they absolutely mustn't. Any magician worth their salt could have taught them what I have. They're the geniuses here. Compared to them, I don't deserve to be called any sort of master. With time, I have no doubt that they could become far greater magicians than I. My only concern is why they're so mature for their age. I fear they've had to grow up too fast. I don't dare to imagine what they must have been through. Gemma thinks so too. She doesn't like being around them. Says that their eyes are too piercing. They don't bother me, but then again, I've never been the sharpest tool in the shed.
I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind
It's nearly time for me to go on tour.
finger and his thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead.
I once overheard them talking about their father and their mission.
Tinhas basado? Não vi, olhei para o chat, ainda estava ali o teu nome, pensei que ainda estavas aí. Mas estava a dizer que Ruby Rose não sabia, tu podes pagar para dar os nomes que quiseres aos teus filhos, né? A Luciana Abreu também pagou para chamar Leonica ou Leoncé ou lá o que é o nome das filhas dela. Pagou para as filhas serem gozadas na escola. Ai meu Deus.
For example, when I asked them where they live and why they wanted to learn magic, they lied. That's the thing about children. Whenever they're trying to cover something up, it always shows somehow. I can sense that their lives have been hard, possibly even dangerous too. They're not like other children. It's a shame that I can't do more to help them. After thinking things over, I decided to tell them a bit about how I see the world. It's full of lies and falsehoods, and that is why we must find our own truth.
Tesla, eu recebi um carro grátis. Eu queria chamar a PlayStation 5 ao meu filho. Ver se a PlayStation me dava uma PlayStation. Entretanto, a minha mulher comprou uma. Se calhar para eu não a chatear com a mesma coisa com a menina. Tesla começa por T. Se eu receber um Tesla, se me dessem um Tesla, eu dava o nome de Tesla a ela. A Teresa não. A Teresa faz-me lembrar do filme Amo-te, Teresa. Stop reading. Puta, estás a desencaminhar o meu filho. Não, isso era do Amo-te, Teresa? Era. Que era uma gaja que gostava do menor. É a época de 1990 e muitos, quando saía tipo um filme por mês em Portugal. Crime do Padre Amaro, Amo-te, Teresa. Saiu tipo meia dúzia de filmes no espaço tipo de um ano. E todos filmes porreirinhos. O Amo-te, Teresa lembro-me vagamente. Então, tem aqui um acesso em baixo. Ahá! Zelda eu gosto. Zelda e Lara, porquê? Porque será? Não é porque existem jogos para essas personagens. Mas a minha mulher não gosta de Zelda, nem de Lara.
Fishy? Uh-oh, what have you found?
Fishy! Ho ho!
All in good time. Before we go over our new leads, I want to tell you how a high-altitude escape is performed. First, the magician slots themselves into a magic box in full view of the audience. The box is then suspended high in the air, and a short while later, the base automatically opens. At this point, a dummy will fall out of the box, but it looks real enough to grab the audience's attention, and they start wailing and screaming. Meanwhile, the real magician, who has by now blended into the crowd, waits for a good moment to make their appearance and put on a hysterical performance. Oh no! Is that me? Did I just fall to my death?
Very vivid description. Paimon can really picture it. And then what?
The audience's gaze then turns to the magician, and by the time they realize what's happened, the dummy has vanished, as if everything that just happened was some sort of shared illusion. Of course, that's just how I think the process should work, theoretically speaking.
Theoretically speaking, what do you mean?
The inventor of this trick never performed it successfully. When the box opened, Caesar was the one who fell out, and not the dummy. He fell right to the ground from the highest point of the opera house. No one could hope to survive that fall. Not without a vision, at least. And no one else has ever attempted this trick since. My understanding of how it works is just based on what I could gather from his notes and the relevant gadgets here in his workshop.
So Caesar's famous high-altitude escape has never been done, huh? Paimon was about to say how cool it would have been to see them
It has been
in person,
done, not
but
with success.
if it's that dangerous, it's probably for the best that no one else tries to do it.
Até não é fixe.
Wait a second. So if a dummy's supposed to drop out of the box, then where does the real magician go? How does he get out?
Madalena não dá, pois.
Glad you asked. That brings us to the secret of said
Ela não dá
box.
porque já tem um amigo com a Maddie. Tem a Maddie.
This box right here is the one that Caesar constructed himself to use in the performance, and it's not as simple as it looks. Inside, there's a device that only the magician himself would know about. Once the magician's inside and the box is lifted up into the air, the audience's view of the box is fixed at a certain angle. From where they're standing, they have a clear view of the front, sides, and bottom, but the back and the top are now no longer visible. At this point, the magician presses a button inside the box, opening a secret door out of view. He then escapes through this trapdoor onto the opera house roof, waits for the dummy to fall and distract the audience, and quietly returns to ground level.
That's way simpler than Paimon imagined. Even Paimon could probably do it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's a little more to it than that, of course. The hardest part of this trick is controlling the audience's mood and reactions. That takes an exceptional degree of showmanship. There's the falling dummy, the miraculous reappearance, the pompous performing. Maybe the magician would even have themselves tied up before it begins to strengthen the impression that there's no escape. Many days and nights of careful research and painstaking practice would have gone into this, all culminating in a performance just a few minutes long, but one that still manages to transform the shock and grief of a tragic accident to the joy and laughter of a mesmerizing magic trick. Caesar was a highly accomplished magician, but unfortunately, even he didn't manage to pull it off.
So, how did it go so wrong? You said you found some fishy stuff here. Have you figured out what really happened?
I can make a pretty good guess. I looked into the case files. The magic box Caesar was using at the time of his death had the secret button I mentioned positioned on the right-hand side. And, sure enough, he always used his right hand
Então,
as
Sofa,
his
porque
dominant
estás a
hand in
falar tipo,
public.
se eu tivesse.
Okay.
Não tencionas ter?
Nothing suspicious there.
Porque é que não dizes quando eu
But here's the
tiver?
strange thing. Most
Não é
of
o
the
que queres?
devices in this workshop have the
Se
mechanism
calhar
on
quer
the
ser pai, mas
left-hand
é do
side,
menino, né?
including
Uma
this
filha
box
dá mais
right here,
trabalho.
which leads me to believe that Caesar was in fact left-handed.
Not sure where you're going with this. Why would Caesar pretend to be right-handed?
Because a magician can't afford to have their most basic habits stand out too much. People naturally focus their attention on the most important details of the task or situation at hand. But a magician needs to be able to redirect an audience's attention at will, so as to avoid arousing their suspicion. The essence of magic is getting people to believe a lie. If even the truth raises eyebrows, the falsehoods become all the more difficult to mask. And so, Caesar trained himself to use his right hand to align with his audience's expectations. Great magic always requires sacrifices.
Okay.
But in his most stressful and nerve-wracking moments, and when no one was watching, reflex would kick in and he'd use his left hand. That's why he set his gadgets with the mechanism on his left.
Maybe someone exploited the fact against him?
Exactly. I think that's likely what happened. Caesar would have been under a lot of time pressure during the escape. He'd have had mere seconds to open the hidden compartment, retrieve the dummy, then open the secret door and make a swift escape. But I'm sure he was confident. He would have rehearsed countless times to the point where it was second nature. He'd barely need to think about what he was doing because muscle memory would guide him through. So he opened the compartment, took out the dummy, checked everything was in order, and then went to leave. With his left hand, he reached for the button, and suddenly, his heart skipped a beat. It wasn't there. Much like when you reach for your keys but find your pocket empty, his mind needed a moment to process what was going on. Instinctively, his left hand would keep feeling around for the missing button, maybe for another second or two, until the bottom of the box gave way. With the stakes being as high as they were, just a 2-second delay cost him everything. The authorities would find nothing suspicious and conclude that his death was due to his own error.
When in reality, someone switched the boxes, and they did it to murder him. But how would they be able to make the switch without being noticed? That would be difficult to pull off, no?
It would have to have been someone who knew that he was left-handed and who could move his props around without
Quando diz animal, estás a dizer dos meus 2 filhos? Ou animal literal?
Isn't that right,
Vais para...
Lorenzo?
You just couldn't let sleeping
foi
dogs
mesmo.
lie,
Os dois
could you?
sabem, ok.
There's not a
They
lot of
both
people
knew.
who'd go to all this trouble for some magician who died 10 years
Vais para
ago.
medicina veterinária, é?
I didn't want to have to do this, you know. Silencing you the
Eu
hard
do,
way
por
just
acaso eu quero ter
creates more
cão.
problems for me
Para
to
aí
deal
daqui a
with.
6 anos.
But I gave you
Vou
your
ter contigo
chance.
para lhe dar as
I
primeiras
hope you
vacinas.
do what's good for you and back off like the lady, but you disappoint me.
Da máfia.
You mean Gemma? So you're the
Gemma.
one who's been threatening her.
Yes, although however stubborn she might be, she was never much of a liability. But you people, you
Nice,
never
man.
even knew him, but for some reason
Por acaso
you
acho que é uma
just
cena
wouldn't
fixe.
drop it. Which is why you can't leave this place alive. Take them out and make it quick.
E acho que até deve ser um trabalho
Do your work.
que um gajo se sente concretizado.
Step right up.
Everybody stand back.
I will have order.
Born of ice and frost. This is long overdue.
Let's light it up. Going in.
Crumble.
Easy peasy. Não, eu queria um cão. Mas a minha mulher deu-me um segundo filho. Então, quando eles crescerem, que eles vêm para aí 8, 10 anos,
Tougher than you look.
vão começar-me a chatear com que
Had
querem um
enough yet,
cãozinho.
Lorenzo?
E eu
Your
quero, eu vou
cronies
arranjar um.
can't help you now.
Portanto, daqui a 6, 8 anos, se calhar menos, mas pronto, eu espero. Vou fazer o sacrifício de
And what
esperar.
I'd really like to know is,
Arranja um cãozinho,
why did you murder Caesar?
se calhar até te digo alguma coisa.
If I had a more
Vou arranjar-te tu um cãozinho. E não... Onde é que se compram os cães? No Pingo Doce? Ter um canil ou uma cena assim. Assim, olha, nasceu aqui uma ninhada desses cãezinhos que são bons para crianças, não tem muito pelo para sujar a casa e tem um porte médio grande, que a minha mulher não gosta de cães pequenitos. Não pode ser gato porque ela é alérgica. E depois eu, então onde, mano? Aqui. Então, dá um saltinho. Tens tempo para um café, para um almoço? Tenho. Então, siga, vamos almoçar. A gente vai almoçar. Vamos ao Mac. Ou então, fanas aí um pato e eu faço um arrozinho de pato.
Never bothering to think about Mora. What sort of fool devotes their life to the art of deception and never has a Mora to show for it? But the people loved him, didn't they? Oh, how they looked up to him. No one gave me a second look. All I ever heard was, "Oh, your master's amazing, isn't he?" Amazing. Yeah, so amazing that he was completely broke. Every other apprentice was living it up at their master's expense, but no, not me. I put in all the work, mastered all the skills, and it brought me nothing more than the life I already had.
Yeah, why didn't you just leave?
He forbade me from using magic to trick people out of their mora. There was nothing he hated more than that.
Yeah,
And with his reputation in Fontaine, it was too risky for me to go it alone. As long as he was alive, if I dabbled in my own brand of money-making magic, he would expose me, and it would destroy me. I had to kill him. There was no other way. He had to go.
yeah. These guys are the problem for the world.
This was your only motive?
It was reason enough. What other motive would I need?
Envy.
Well, I was under the impression that there might have been other factors at play. For instance, maybe you were in love with Gemma, but she was engaged to Caesar.
In love with Gemma? Don't be ridiculous.
Guess I was wrong about that then. Next question. Are you the Phantom Weasel?
Não, não joguei o Red Dead
Caesar was
2 nem 1,
strict with
for a
me.
matter of fact.
He insisted
Nem
that
GTA
his way
V.
was the right way. That the sole
Mas
purpose of magic was to
gostava.
bring joy to the world. I never bought into any
Ainda
of
hoje estive a
that.
falar isso com um colega
I
no
was more
trabalho.
interested in the
Ele
practical
dizia que
value
jogou
of
e curte e não
magic.
sei o quê.
Sure enough, it helped me fill my pockets with all kinds of valuable treasures.
I heard that the Phantom Weasel stole from the rich and poor alike.
Yeah! Charlotte told us that the weasel would steal whatever people valued, no matter how much it was worth.
That's just how it looked from the outside. What would any thief want with second-rate loot? I've only ever targeted high-value items. I stole cheap things as a way of practicing my craft. It was other people's overactive imaginations that conjured up the preposterous image they then dubbed the Phantom Weasel.
So, that's the story, huh? Well, I hope you're ready to tell it all over again during your trial.
What choice do I have? You're a pack of wolves, and you've got me between your jaws. You've seen what's here, and my last-ditch effort to stop it getting out has failed. What else can I do? So be it. I've enjoyed power and wealth for the last 10 years, the likes of which Caesar could never give me. I wouldn't choose for things to end this way, but I regret nothing.
Damn.
Very well. In that case, I'll contact the guards. Traveler, Paimon, keep an eye on Lorenzo for me. I'll meet you just outside the workshop when I'm back.
A treasure. Oh no! Tenho esta posta cheia, está sempre a encher. Poças. Let's upgrade. This one. Okay, this one, whatever. Oh my god, leveling up. Isto é chato, mano. HP, no. HP outra vez. God damn it. Let's go all the way now. Vai dar HP outra vez. Crit rate. Crit damage. Não deu nenhum. Vai dar HP. Ah, vá lá. Crit damage. Ok, nice. Lorenzo.
At least I can finally stop looking over my shoulder now.
I'm over your shoulder. Tá em desconto onde? Na Steam? Eu estou à espera que eles deem o Red Dead Redemption 2 na Epic Game Store. Já tenho lá o GTA V.
Look who's finally developed a conscience. What kind of disciple murders their own master? I hope it was worth it, because there'll be hell to pay.
Looks like it's all over. What should we do next, Lenny? Should we start preparing for your show?
Let me think.
Está aqui 50%.
Let's rendezvous with Lynette and Gemma first. With Lorenzo in custody, Gemma will no longer have to fear for her safety.
Good point. We should go tell Gemma the good news right away. It'll give her some peace of mind for sure.
Teleport.
Ah, you're back. You were so quick. I've only just finished my third dessert.
Your third? Lynette, come on, we've talked about this. Everything in moderation. You're not gonna have any room left for dinner now.
It's fine. I'll shift to exercise mode and jog off the excess sugar.
That's besides the point. Well, it's done now, but try to eat a more balanced diet in the future.
Point taken.
Did everything go okay?
Of course. Lorenzo was no match for us. The guards are taking him into custody as we speak.
Gosh, that's amazing. I'm sorry. I still didn't know if I could trust you, but now it seems I can. I had my suspicions about Lorenzo, but
It's okay. We understand. He did threaten you. Paimon would find it hard to trust strangers in your position too. But you don't need to be scared anymore. Everything's gonna be okay.
Sorry. My emotions are all over the place right now. I've been waiting for this day to come for so long. I always wanted to report Lorenzo. He took all of Caesar's property, which I found suspicious. But I had people watching me all the time, so I couldn't risk looking into it. I was so afraid. I was scared he'd do something terrible to me, and then no one would be left to visit Caesar's grave. So I never had the courage to speak out. Thank you all. Truly. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Then it's just in your own cemetery? Okay.
Thank you all for clearing Caesar's name. I never would have guessed that Lorenzo was the real Phantom Weasel. He never showed any signs that there were problems between him and Caesar in public. From the outside, it looked like they got along great. And to think that Lola was fullest all this time, while Caesar's name was getting dragged through the mud. It's a travesty. At least his soul can finally rest in peace now, thanks to your efforts.
Então vá. Adeus, mano. Boa noite, dorme bem. Eu também, isto já deve estar a acabar. Ainda vou fazer o evento, mas sim.
realized.
Daqui a nada já vou mimir também. Obrigadão por ter dado aí um saltinho.
Don't blame yourself, Gemma. This isn't your fault.
Eu chequei. Também já estou a ficar cansado, mas ainda estou atento. Obrigado por ter dado aí um saltinho. Tem sempre aquele lag. Só se eu estiver a jogar um jogo de terror bem concentrado assim, que nem consigo ver o que é que salta aí, aí borro-me a sério. Agora isto é difícil. Quero ver se para a semana joguei um joguinho a sério, sem ser estas merdas. A streamar no computador, sem ser na PlayStation. Também vou jogar o Miles Morales, comprei no outro dia o Miles Morales para a PlayStation 5. Em segunda mão. E vou jogar. Portanto, mas isso vou jogar na PlayStation, nem vou ter câmera. Mas a ver se jogo o Life is Strange 2. Queria ver se havia pessoal a ver para me ajudar nas opções. Sei que a minha cunhada quer ver muito. E pronto, pelo menos sei que um view vou ter. Quem és tu? Um diver? Olha, tem aqui peixinhos. Pups. Não tenho que esperar, né? Between 6 and 8. Next day. Quando é que jogamos Monster Hunter? Não sei, mano. Tenho que coordenar a vida. Pode ser daqui a 2 ou 3 anos. Quando os meus putos já forem autossuficientes. Ainda por cima eu vou trabalhar por turnos, nem sei quando é que... Queria ver se começava a fazer uns streams à noite. Ver se me consigo organizar depois da garota nascer. E depois tentar fazer uns streams à noite. Para jogar aos jogos de terror, ou jogar com o pessoal, tipo arranjar tipo dias da semana. Não há de ser todas as semanas, mas tipo à sexta-feira ou sábado à noite para jogar com os amigos. Ora, se é Monster Hunter, se é Dead by Daylight, o que quer que seja, é para jogar com os amigos. Depois depende dos amigos que estão on ou não, para se decidir o que é que joga. Depois tipo o outro dia seria tipo um jogo de terror. E pronto, tentar fazer isso. Como sabes, os meus streams não são muito regulares, não tenho assim um horário fixo. Quando posso venho para aqui, fico aqui 2 horinhas e é assim que funciona. Não é que funciona muito bem, mas pronto. Mas funciona. É como o meu carro. Não funciona muito bem, mas funciona. Isso é que importa, desde que não dê problemas. Então, estava vazio. Nope.
Not this time. My brother's going solo today, so I'll be watching with you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope
Robert
everybody's
Houdini.
ready because the show
Uda.
is about to begin. The great magician Linny has prepared a spectacular show for us all tonight, concluding with an all-new grand finale that no audience has ever seen before.
Thank you all so much for coming. Now, prepare to join me on a journey through the mystical and miraculous.
Ok.
Exciting stuff, isn't it?
Yes, it's just... It reminds me of him.
No wonder. Caesar was a famous magician too. So, how did you two first meet, Gemma?
Well, I was out on the street once, and I saw him performing for little children. Children love magic, because they're willing to believe in things that can't be rationally explained. Caesar had this amazing way of bringing them into a dreamlike world. And somehow, I felt drawn to him too. So I went up and asked him to do a trick for me.
Aw, that sounds so romantic. What trick did he do?
Impregnated me.
With
Butt
a
sex.
flower. He took it in his hand, snapped his fingers, and it magically appeared on my head. I was so happy that day. No one had ever given me a flower before that.
Oh, that's so cute. Actually, now that you mention it, Linny's done that one before.
Is that right? Then I suppose he's a romantic at heart, just like Caesar. So let's treasure the time we have with him. After all, you never know when the people dearest to you might be gone.
Don't be sad.
That's right. It's all over now. Paimon doesn't really know how to comfort you, but at the very least, no one's gonna be intimidating you from now on. You can breathe easy at last, right?
Right. Yes, you can breathe easy now, Phantom Weasel.
See?
Oh, she's the one who's doing good things.
Wait, what? The Phantom Weasel? Lorenzo escaped? Where is he?
What do you mean, Phantom Weasel?
As Linny once said, a performer's job is to commit fully to their role and put on a flawless performance for their audience. But once the bag of tricks is empty and the curtain falls, it's time to end the show. The spotlight is no place for someone with no more cards up their sleeve. It's been 10 years, Gemma. Aren't you tired of the grieving widow act? I think it's time to put an end to it.
What are you talking about? Paimon doesn't like this riddle. Traveler, Paimon doesn't like where this is going. Come on, say something!
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all enjoying the performance so far. There will now be a brief intermission, after which Linny will perform the most electrifying act of tonight's show, the one we've all been waiting for. The final performance will take place outside of the Opera House, so please make your way outside in a calm and orderly fashion.
The Phantom Weasel never did like public places, did they? Don't worry, this place will be quiet soon. Let's talk somewhere else for now.
Okay. Wasn't expecting that one.
Dear me, this is awkward, isn't it? And unfortunately, I'm all out of gadgets, so I'm afraid I can't do any tricks to liven up the mood. This is a big mistake for a magician to make, but thankfully, I do have a backup plan. Now, who wants to hear a story?
Linny? Don't we have more important things to address right now? Lynette accused Gemma of being the real Phantom Weasel a moment ago. Oh, what the heck's going on?
All in good time. Magicians are good at guessing what people are thinking. I know the questions you want to ask. And as it happens, the story I'm about to tell might answer a few of them.
Really? Well then, let's hear it! Paimon's dying of curiosity here!
Let's go back to the very beginning. A decade ago, when the Phantom Weasel was terrorizing the court of Fontaine. She never missed a target, never left a trace, and no treasure was safe from her thieving hands. But as her infamy grew, so did the readiness of the police, and her opportunities to act became ever fewer. Every day, she ran the risk of being exposed for who she was. Of course, she could not simply take this lying down, and before long, she found her ticket to freedom. She would create a scapegoat, a false weasel to close the chapter on her behalf. After weighing her options, she set her sights on a renowned magician, Caesar. After all, magic and theft shared enough similarities for people to buy the story when the truth came out.
So then what?
Being the master deceiver she was, the weasel easily earned Caesar's trust. Now, all that remained was to frame him for her countless crimes. But as she was considering how to make her move, she noticed Caesar's aggrieved pupil, and a new thought entered her mind. Maybe I don't need to get my hands dirty after all. At her encouragement, Lorenzo tampered with Caesar's magic box, causing him to fall to his death. Afterwards, Lorenzo seized his master's property, and the weasel set about tarnishing Caesar's reputation. Two co-conspirators committed the perfect crime.
I've got to hand it to you. You're both exceptional storytellers. It's enough to make even me wonder whether there was really another mastermind behind all this, pulling the strings. But I just have one question. You seem to think that I am the villain in this tale. What's brought this on, Linny? Is it something that Lorenzo said?
Don't worry, Lorenzo said nothing at all. But I never believed that he was the weasel, and in fact, my investigation only made me more certain of that. He was too forthcoming with his confession, as if there was something else he was trying to hide.
How disappointing. So you'd sooner trust Lorenzo than me? Even without a shred of evidence?
A magician is an expert at playing the audience to get the result they want. And I have no doubt that you, Gemma, are equally talented in this regard. With a little help from Lorenzo, you put on a very convincing performance. The lovesick fiancé, whose devotion to her betrothed is unshakable, even under threats of violence. Caesar was maligned and hated by all for 10 years, but you? Everyone sympathized with your plight. Who would suspect for 1 second that the lovely young lady always seen weeping in front of Caesar's grave was actually the mastermind behind his demise? No, not that poor lady. Perish the thought.
Wait, so you mean the whole intimidation thing was just a hoax? Gemma and Lorenzo were both in on it? But why would Lorenzo agree to that? And why didn't he sell her out even at the end instead of admitting to being the weasel himself?
Yes, why indeed? Maybe Gemma herself could enlighten us on that question.
Well, Linny, if you're so confident in your version of events, then I think the answer should be obvious. Having killed Caesar with his own hands, Lorenzo was plagued by overwhelming guilt. Revealing the Phantom Weasel's true identity would serve no purpose. But if the Weasel remained free, then she could take care of Lorenzo's loved ones.
An excellent answer, though sadly a little dull.
Is that right? Well, don't let me bore you. If you'd care to change the topic to something more interesting, I'd be much obliged.
As a matter of fact, there's one thing I'd really like to understand. Why would the real weasel have targeted things that only have value to other people? Could you shed any light on that?
Of course. After all, we're just telling stories here, aren't we? If I had to guess, I would say that the real weasel must have had a terrible childhood. Left to fend for herself after her parents died young. Betrayed, scorned, beaten. She'd scrounge waste paper from garbage bins to draw on, using twigs and dirt for lack of ink and pen. She'd sew ugly ragdolls from whatever scrap material she could get her hands on. This was her only source of happiness in life. But it was all she needed, and she was content. Until the world decided that even this was too good for her. Once again, she was betrayed. And this time, everything was taken from her. She felt like life was a miry pit that dragged her further down the more she struggled to escape.
Como é que é, Baba?
At that tender age, she should have been happy. Instead, she stood in the shadows and watched with envy as all good things
É, o
in the
outro
world
bacana
passed her
seguiu e eu nem
by.
vi.
This was a fate too cruel for anyone to bear. Her pain became a breeding ground for dark thoughts. Thoughts which festered and grew into a twisted solution to her troubles.
Ok.
I detest
Era
the
quando tive
happiness
aqui um
of
gajo a
others,
seguir e não me
in all
apareceu a
its forms
cena.
alike. I will rob them of
lá
everything they
ver.
hold to be good and true, and it will fill the void in my soul.
Por que não aparece aqui no chat?
Pretty heavy stuff.
Não, ainda
Now
não.
it all makes sense.
Does this
Dia
story
14.
satisfy you, Linny?
Pode ser?
Yes, it is quite to my
14, 15 ou
taste.
16.
Thank
É
you
para
for
quando está
helping to
marcado.
clear up my confusion.
So, what was with the warning letter?
That's right. What drove you to write that letter, Gemma? What were you trying to achieve there? Because without that, none of this would have ever come to light.
Dia 14,
She didn't write the
vamos
letter.
por lá, se ela não nascer antes.
After 10 long
Portanto, até dia
years,
16
I'd hoped
é
that the
garantido que
Phantom
sim.
Weasel would be consigned to the history books by now. But it seems like someone still wasn't ready to let her finally be at peace. Linny. Or should I call you the Phantom Copycat?
Este não
now?
nasce amanhã,
You were the one
dia
who
11 de
posted that
setembro.
letter outside the opera house.
Mais ninguém se esquece da data, né?
Very sharp, Phantom Weasel.
Mas se nascer
Still
amanhã
as
também vou
shrewd
chamá-la
as
de
ever.
Abdullah.
Well, no
Ou
need for me to be
de
coy about it. Our goal was
Gemini.
to clear Caesar's name.
Gemini Tower.
The most straightforward way to change the public's impression of Caesar was to force the weasel to show themselves.
Eu estou à espera que ela nasça para ir ver nomes de pessoas
That's it? You
famosas,
had no other agenda?
de preferência que já
Of
faleceram,
course we
que
did.
nasceram no
We
mesmo
made
dia.
it quite clear in the letter, I believe. I shall take from you that which you hold most dear, just as you did to me 10 years ago.
10 years ago? You mean Caesar's death?
They were the two kids he was
You
stuffing.
met him? Wait. Oh, I get it.
Yep,
You were those two obnoxious
just as I
kids.
predicted.
It's been so long.
It's a
You're
vengeance
all grown
story.
up now. I didn't recognize you. He taught you magic back then, didn't he? For what, 10 days or something?
Yeah, he but fucked us.
You went to all this trouble. Why? Because you feel like you still owe him something?
We remember all our debts, however great
Estava
or
aqui a
small.
fazer uma lista
10 years
com o
ago,
pessoal lá, que há um bocadinho que
Caesar's
estava aí no stream,
reputation
já foi
was
tudo
torn
dormir
to
agora.
shreds, and his legacy was thrown
Júlia,
out.
Willow,
10
Iris,
years
Gema,
on, and no
Priscila,
one cares what the
Penélope e
truth is
Atena.
anymore.
Foi os nomes que o pessoal
But
sugeriu.
we did not forget, and so we came to find you.
And? What
E era pessoal
exactly did
variado.
you take from me?
Havia
I'm
pessoal do
still
Brasil,
standing,
pessoal de
as you can
Portugal e
see.
pessoal, o outro não sei, esse
Lorenzo
aí,
has
o
admitted to
Kyo,
everything.
só falava inglês,
I'm
não sei
free.
de onde é que ele era.
Free? Do you really
Foi,
think so?
também esse aí
Caesar
que,
once told me that
que só
even
falava
though the
inglês
world
também
is
foi a
filled
primeira vez que ele
with
veio aqui ao
lies and
stream.
falsehoods, we must find
Agora os
our
outros
own
já são da
truth.
caça, já costumam vir
I
muitas
think that
vezes.
applies to you too. Truth can take many forms. Prized possessions with nostalgic value, fervent hopes and dreams, and irreplaceable people. Life took many things from you, and those wounds never healed. When they ached unbearably in the dead of night,
Vincent
stealing
Valentines.
became your way of numbing the pain.
What are you
Eu
trying
nem
to
sei se
say?
Valentina está na lista.
I'm saying
Deve
that for the
estar.
last 10 years, you've been living a rather uneventful life. Perhaps that's because you found something other than a life of crime to fill the hole?
Fill the hole.
Back to Lorenzo for a second. He murdered his own master, played along with your act, and took pains to make sure any suspicion would be directed towards him. But what did he have to gain
Yeah,
from
they
all
were
that?
fucking.
He knew who you were and the things you'd done, and despite that, he was
Vi só o
willing to
primeiro
give
episódio
everything
ainda.
up for your
Ainda não
sake.
vi a série toda.
He's the reason that you
E o
haven't
primeiro
felt the
episódio já
compulsion
foi há
to
2
steal
dias
in all
atrás.
these years. You're more than just accomplices in murder. You're the only real friends each
Mas o
other
puto anda a
has.
acordar muito cedo.
So I think you know,
E,
deep down,
e pronto, eu
that
também já
he
estou
is
cheio
the
de
only
sono.
truth you
Só
have in
tinha
your
que
life.
fazer aqui uma porcaria de um evento que acaba hoje.
And I guarantee you, you'll never see it again.
Congratulations on your freedom, Gemma.
Your freedom will cost you dearly. From now on, you'll be all alone in a world full of lies and falsehoods. I do hope you'll be able to bear it. You've still got a long life ahead of you after all.
Prisão com ela,
Gather
cara.
round, one and all. The time has now come for the amazing Linny to perform his final act in tonight's show.
Vai fazer o
I'm
truque do
sure
outro.
you're all wondering what he has planned for the grand finale. Well,
Yeah, the defying altitude. Yeah. Fazer o truque que matou o gajo.
A high altitude escape?
10 years ago, the trick that Caesar died attempting.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you all remember the magician Caesar. This was the very trick that led to his
Em honra
fatal
do homem.
fall, after which he was dubbed the Phantom Weasel.
Ok, o anime
Now learned that Caesar was wrongly accused.
O anime custa mais. Salta aos fillers, ok. Salta aos fillers porque são mesmo muito chatos.
I've been practicing this one for ages now, but I'm still a little nervous.
E no anime aguenta
I hope you enjoy the rest of
até
the
onde a
show.
série acaba.
There may be a lot of
Até
people
depois do
watching
Arlong.
tonight, but you
A série
alone
acaba no
are
Arlong,
my
né?
true witnesses.
Portanto, aguenta até aí, porque esse episódio já tem uma beca má qualidade. A partir daí, a qualidade já fica fixe, de desenho.
You two hid a lot from Caesar.
Começas mesmo a notar a qualidade. Se bem que já fizeram... Já refizeram isso também. Não sei se encontras fácil na internet.
Or are you still the same as ever?
Mas
You don't have to tell
o beijo até no
lies to end
Plex.
up isolated and alone.
Foi o que lhe passei.
One day,
Foi
you'll end
o-
up exactly where I am
Foi
today.
o bom cunhado que me passou.
Maybe then you'll finally understand.
Mas pronto, aguenta até ao fim do Arlong, porque aí a qualidade dos Zangs é mau. Depois do Arlong, ele vai lutar contra o gajo do raio, se não me engano. Epá, é um bocado enfadonho. Porque está bem esticado também. Mas é difícil saltar esses fillers. Porque é fillers inseridos na história. Eles, para não fazerem tantos fillers, eles tipo alongaram os episódios, as histórias e os fights.
And if you'd like to see Lenny after the
Então há lá uma certa altura que também é um bocado enfadonho. Mas sim, é fixe. Também tenho que voltar a pegar isso. Eu fiquei no
Let's go and watch Lenny's finale then.
no 700 ou no 800, portanto
One, but
ainda vou a meio.
pull it off, right?
Na altura que eu andava a ver. Fiquei no arco do Dom Flamingo. Tenho que acabar de ver. Ok, let's finish this. What? Tem que ir lá para fora mesmo. Pois, porque este truque é lá fora. Não, não está no Plex. Eu acho que estava. É bem, eu também tenho isso. Eu tenho no disco. Se quiseres, traz uma pena e eu passo-te isso tudo. Em vez de estás a sacar.
Magic should be mysterious, surprising, and defy logic. Magic is hard work. Every single movement has to be practiced thousands of times.
It's alright. We're used to that.
We're sorry. You've taught us so much, but we can't tell you the whole truth.
It's okay. Do you still remember what I told you? This world is full of lies and falsehoods. I only hope that one day you can find your own truth.
What about you? Have you found your truth?
Magic is my truth. I want to perform a magic trick so great that people will always think of me when they talk about it. For a magician, what greater honor could there be?
Look! Behold! Linny is sealed inside the box. Will he manage to escape? 10 years ago, Caesar attempted this very trick, and it was at this precise moment that...
Watch out!
Mysterious. Surprising. And logic-defying. Isn't that right? This honor belongs to you, Caesar. I'm just sorry it's a little late.
Okay.
Did you see that? 1 minute he was falling, and the next, he turned into flowers.
How could he possibly have done that?
It's magic.
How mysterious. I didn't blink once. He just vanished right in front of my eyes. What a heart-stopping magic show. This was really worth the trip. Caesar's name has finally been cleared, and Fontaine's new star magician Linny has fulfilled a wish on his behalf. Oh, I
Mandou
couldn't ask for a
bioma,
better
que
grand
isso?
finale. It will make a great headline for the Steambird tomorrow, even if I do say so myself.
Looks like everyone really loved Linny's grand finale.
Bom, tchau, mano. Beijinhos, manda beijinhos aos putos. Ah, beijinho também para ele. Even, também estou todo roto. Também já vou dormir. E não estou a falar da história.
Paimon doesn't see Linny anywhere. Where'd
Tchau,
he
Kiku.
go? Oh, Lynette said he'd be waiting
Yo.
for us at the usual hunt. But
Obrigado pelo saltinho aí, pelo olá.
where is that?
Vamos falar do cemetery. Oh,
You
yeah.
mean the one where Caesar's buried? Yeah, that's probably it. This whole magic show kinda seemed like Linny's way of saying goodbye to Caesar. So it makes sense that that's where he'd be afterward.
Let's go
Alright,
there.
let's go look for him there.
Okay. Okay. Here. Let's go to the cemetery. Isto não é um cemitério. Só tem ali umas campas. Antigamente não havia cemitérios, enterravam o pessoal assim aqui no monte, com uma vista bonita. Tinha lá umas lápides e está feito.
Linny! There you are. Are you alright? Paimon was scared to death when the chain broke. Paimon was sure something had gone horribly wrong.
Magic is a performance art. A magician has to get creative to keep the audience on tenterhooks. That's our job. So I tweaked Caesar's original setup a little to keep it fresh. I was honestly a little nervous during the live performance. The thought of falling, suddenly feeling weightless, seeing the sky and the ground spinning and spinning. Sometimes, I can't help but wonder what Caesar thought in those final moments. Did he regret taking Gemma and Lorenzo on? Or did he believe that it was his own slip-up right until the end?
You know, Paimon's been wanting to ask you about something ever since we were in Caesar's workshop. You learned magic from Caesar once, didn't you? When was that?
10 years ago.
After I joined the House of the Hearth. To be honest, Lynette and I had an agenda when we approached him.
An agenda?
I told you about my past before, remember? As a young boy, I survived by secretly learning magic from street performers. I'd watch their tricks and try to figure out how they were done. But I quickly realized that observation alone could only get me so far. What I saw was the polished final performance, but the rigorous training they put in behind the scenes remained invisible to me. I needed to learn how to improve my sleight of hand, hone my misdirection skills, and make niftier props. We were gifted enough that we'd made some progress by ourselves, but without proper guidance from a professional magician, we quickly plateaued.
So that's why you sought Caesar out?
Yes, we figured there was no harm in asking. but it took us by surprise that he was so willing to teach us. In all, we only spent 10 short days together, but he was very good to us. By contrast, we hid so many things from him. For instance, when he asked why I wanted to learn magic, I answered, it's my passion. But in truth, there was already a lot more to the story by then. After being taken in by an aristocrat for our magic talent, then betrayed soon after, this was no longer about me doing what I loved. What amazed me was how the lie escaped my lips even as I was hesitating over whether to tell him the truth. Trust is a beautiful thing. Sadly, I'd forgotten how to trust by then.
Lenny.
Don't blame you, that wasn't your fault.
Still worried about the way I feel? You really are a gentle soul, aren't you? But don't worry, I'm used to it now. From the mansions of the elite to the House of the Hearth, lies and selfishness have followed me and Lynette everywhere we go. After Caesar went on tour, we became busy with our missions. The next we heard of him was that he'd fallen to his death, and was now declared to be the Phantom Weasel. That night, I remembered his smile. But as I lay there, I didn't know what to say to him. To keep secrets is to put up walls. The longer you keep them up, the less you let people in. Then, one day, you look around and realize your life is like an empty auditorium after a show, full of seats once occupied by all the people who left. But I guess that's the price we have to pay. You only realize how much someone really meant to you when you lose them completely. That's why I was so confident this would hurt Gemma. Because I felt it for myself.
Don't be sad, we're in our auditorium and we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, cheer up, Lenny. We've had to say our fair share of goodbyes during our journey, too. But whatever happens, Paimon always believes in what tomorrow brings. Delicious food, fun toys, and the traveler by my side. Paimon just needs to focus on things like this, and all the unhappy stuff goes right out the window. You know, Traveler, doesn't that kind of make you Paimon's truth?
Exactly. It's the same for me and Lynette. We are the truest thing each other has in the world, and nothing can replace that. Life has taken plenty from us, like it did from Gemma. But at least it left us with each other. That's what gave us the strength to get through the darkest days. That's why the darkness never consumed me, and why it never will. Maybe we live in the shadows too, but we remember every precious ray of light that shines through. Alright, time to lighten this conversation up a little. What did you think of the show tonight? Were you happy with it?
It was amazing! Paimon just wishes we hadn't been so distracted with the Gemma situation. We spent most of our time in the Opera House just talking and pretty much missed the entire first half of the show. Lenny, could you do just one more trick for us?
Disappear.
Whoa, that's a bit of a tall order, I'm afraid. The show's just finished, so my sleeves are decidedly card-free right now.
Aw, come on! Surely you can think of something. The Lenny Paimon knows can do anything if he puts his mind to it.
Oh, alright then. I'll give it a go, but only because it's you. Watch closely. I have a flower in my hand.
You liar! There's nothing in your hand! We ain't going along with this!
Huh? My goodness, you're right. But I could have sworn I brought one here with me. Okay, try this. Count down with me. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1!
Now, have another look around. Maybe the flowers appeared somewhere else.
Really? Let's see.
Yeah.
Wow, there it is! Oh, this is a different flower from the last time, right? This one's called, oh yeah, a rainbow rose.
You read
But more importantly,
the flower
no one has noticed
meanings.
this time. Please, Lenny, pretty please!
Well, if you want to learn magic, you'll have to start by addressing me as teacher.
Fine. Please, teacher, please!
Since you asked so nicely, I'll share one little tip with you. Namely, the student of magic cannot solely rely on others being prepared to reveal their secrets. You have to observe, think, and find the answers for yourself.
Is that it?
Ah, look at the time. We shouldn't linger here too long. Thanks again for coming to see my show. I bid you both good night. I look forward to seeing you again.
All right, fine. See ya. Shall we head back now too? Paimon can't wait to read The Steambird tomorrow. Paimon bets Linny and Caesar will be plastered all over it. Let's head to the Steambird's offices tomorrow morning and see what we can find out.
Oh god. Ooh. We got the flower. The end story is taking a little too long.
I'm very sorry, Charlotte, but my sister and I are quite busy today. I'm afraid we'll have to decline this interview.
Oh, please, Linny. I'll only take a moment of your time. If you would be so kind.
Huh? What's happening here?
I spent all night writing my piece about the Phantom Weasel, and it was going to go to print this morning. But just as dawn broke, I suddenly received news that Caesar's fiancée, Gemma, had contacted the guards and confessed to having been the real Phantom Weasel all along.
That was quick.
Too late, bro. That was quick, you say? It sounds like I've got some catching up to do. Please, fill me in.
Whoops.
Aha! My instincts did not lead me astray. You do have something to hide. Gemma turning herself in must have something to do with Linny's performance last night.
Maybe watching my high-altitude escape trick reminded her of a better time with Caesar, and she could no longer ignore the voice of her conscience.
Huh. Okay, then. Wait, no, there must be more to it. If that's all it took for her to have a change of heart, how did it take her 10 whole years?
Well...
Just when the spirit is burning red, you're going to have to distract her somehow.
Oh, I remember now! You and Gemma were nowhere to be found after the show. What happened between you? Quickfire question! Where did you all go after the show?
Oh, we went to the cemetery and Linny did a private magic trick just for us. Actually, glad you mentioned it, because that reminds Paimon, guess what? Linny started using rainbow roses in his tricks.
What? I don't recall ever having received a rainbow rose from you myself. Is this supposed to mean that they're more important to you than your own sister?
No, I just,
What now? Oh, did Paimon say something
Yeah,
about
what's the
bed?
meaning?
This is getting pretty awkward. What do we do, Traveler?
Run.
Seems like this interview wasn't meant to be. Well, never mind. There's always next time. Forgive my persistence, but when there's explosive news waiting to be found, I can't turn away. The news about Gemma has already made waves, and I'll stop at nothing to get to the bottom of it all. Apparently, one of the things she said to the guards was that her final wish is to see Lorenzo one last time. There's clearly a web of complicated relationships there. Can't blame me for being curious. All right, I guess I'll leave you to continue the rest of your conversation in peace. Bye for now.
Lynette? Paimon didn't mean to...
Don't worry, I wasn't angry. I was just trying to distract her.
Oh, really? Oh, thank goodness. You scared Paimon there.
Phew. You and me both, Paimon. You and me both. At least it did the job, right?
Please, take good care of that rainbow rose. I'd be really upset if you lost it.
Why? Yeah. It's finished. Okay, that means that we only have the event to do. Right? The event, we need to come here, here, go to challenge. Well, it's a fighting event, so this must be quite quick. Ooh. Is that a silly? Yes, it is. Select difficulty 3. Wait. What? Okay, robots. Okay. Okay, we need thunder
What
and
is the
water.
situation?
Who's our target this time?
Chivalry will never die.
Let's take an healer.
Don't tell me they did it again. Here comes the catch.
I'll settle this.
Let me lead you first.
Now you shall perish. There is no escape. Get with me. Out of my way.
Game's up. Fun's over.
No, my sword. Ring cutter. Shine down. Inazuma shines eternal. There is no escape. I'll settle this.
Here comes the catch. That's busted. Let me lead you first.
Illusion shattered. Now you shall perish. There is no escape.
Okay. Let's see, what do we need for the rewards? Oh, okay, there's a steadfast mode. Not going to do that now. I'll do that off stream. Right now, only going to do the highest difficulty available at the beginning, which is a surge. Okay, let's take the same.
Illusion shattered.
Gotcha. These are about to get sent.
Ring cutter.
Rain outlines your face.
Terrified. There is no escape. Inazuma shines eternal. Shine down.
Busted. Here comes the catch.
No, my sword.
Let me lead you.
Out of my way. The bond is strong. There is no escape. Torn to oblivion. Shine down.
Quietly now. Game's up. Fun's over.
Get with me. Terrified.
Ring cutter. Rain outlines your face.
No, my sword. There is no escape. Now you shall perish.
Busted. Here comes the catch. Rain outlines your face.
Out of my way.
Alrighty then. Next. Ooh, okay, this one is water. Yeah, just water. We need to take ice.
Kamisato Ayaka, present. What are my orders?
All right. Let
No touching.
one with nature.
The bond is strong.
Clouds high. The birds call. Into the wind.
Whirling. All hail. Stand with me. I'll handle this.
Wind strike.
Take flight. Born of ice and frost. Access denied. My apologies. Embrace the ice.
One with nature. One with wind and cloud.
Born of ice and frost. Blaze on. The bond is strong. Terrified. Access denied.
Okay.
We're way behind schedule.
Next one. Okay.
Stay close.
This one is energy recharge, so
Who's our target this time?
this is also a
Chivalry
good
will
team.
Let me lead you a breath.
Shine down.
Game's up.
The wind knows it.
Illusion shattered. Torn to oblivion.
I got carried.
Body and no, my sword.
Quiet now. You deserve it. I'm dead set.
I let my guard down. Witness the power of Gugwa.
One with nature. Clouds high. The birds.
Now you shall perish.
This one, attack speed and plunging attack. Attack speed and plunging attack.
You called?
Here comes the catch.
Disappear! Worthless! Worthless! Into the wind. Fallen leaves. Adorn.
Shine down.
Busted.
One with nature.
That was pretty fast too. 39 seconds. And last but not least, construction special. Okay. I'll change this back to
May
Shinkyu.
knowledge guide you.
Gotcha. You deserve are about to get dicey.
Illusion shattered.
The wind knows me.
Let me read you a verse. No, my sword. Quiet now.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Torn to oblivion. There is no escape.
Witness the power of Hua. Rain outlines your fate.
Wind strike.
Here comes the catch.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Shine down. Now you shall perish.
Okay, not as fast, but yeah, this is quite easy. No, you need to go with your team. That's here we don't have trial characters, so if you're new to the game, you probably won't be able to do this in the higher difficulty. However, the one that gives the best reward is the lower one, 70 primogens, for a grand total of 420. That's like 3 pools. Yeah, and you also have a silly here. You silly.
No time to lose.
And yeah, that wraps up our live stream.
Not bad at all.
There's a treasure over there. It seems that there's quite a few things to explore on this coast. Bench, follow me, motherfucker.
Getting here. Frost come. No home
Oops.
to return to. Riptide.
Ooh, what's in here? Maybe a growth serum?
And there's a Hydroculus over there, but we need to get higher up.
Ready, I go! I'm about to pass out over here. My fault for being so lazy.
All my characters are dying.
Now we're talking.
Is that going to take me to the Hydroculus? Yes, it is. Okay. So yeah, that concludes our live stream. I hope you have enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, all of that stuff. You have links down below to help me out if you want. And yeah, I got Fremine almost level uppy. That's all for now. Thanks for watching and have an awesome gaming time. Toodaloo.